Hello guys, and welcome back everybody. Let me turn on my camera. Give me a second. Boom! Here you are. So today is the day. Today we are going to release the next major RoadRunner release called with the tag 2023. I'll going to explain what was included into this release, and also as well show you the release process. So I have prepared everything to release. I expect that Anton Wolfie, who is like Nick on our Discord server, Wolfie, will join us, but I'm not sure. So we'll wait for him. And yeah, let's see what's new was added to the new release. For every release we have this kind of, I'll show you guys. Where's my, oh, it's in tickets, in issues, sorry. No, pull requests. So per every release we have this, I would say, release branch or release ticket, which contains like every change we include into this release. Especially for this release, there are nothing like interesting for the PHP. I mean, so RoadRunner written in Go, and everything I will be told today related to the Golang especially, and some algorithmic changes and fancy stuff inside the RoadRunner. So let's have a look at our list. So first of all, Kafka. We have a lot of work done with the Kafka plugin. Especially, we completely write everything, like everything related to the Kafka. And this is completely new plugin, which is based on runs Go. This is, by the way, this is super cool and super easy to use project. Which is like much better than Sarama and all other I used previously to write to like have an integration with the RoadRunner. So it's like super cool project, and I'm thankful a lot to this guy, TWMB Travis Bichel, for creation of this integration, and this helped me to create an plugin for the RoadRunner. So basically now we support all features included into the Kafka, which is more especially in most recent releases of the Kafka. And for example, we are supporting now SASL authentication. We can now use regular expressions for the topics. It would be helpful if you use, for example, a lot of topics and you have to consume all of them. It's better to use group for this, and for the group, like consume regular expression. Let me make this screen a little bit bigger. So as usual, we are just reading release notes, and I'm trying to explain a little bit what's inside included into these changes. So another super cool feature which was added to the RoadRunner was added to the RPC plugin. And Wolfie GD, you are here. Do you want to join the stream or not? So write me to the Discord. Sure, you're saying. You're like 5 minutes late. Okay, so guys, I'm tuning on super hidden screen. You'll see it. Hello, Jolly Jean. Nice to meet you. So, by the way, my Vim setup is brilliant. It's just awesome. Thank you very much. I'll show you my new Vim IDE a little bit later, I guess after the stream. But let's get on the topic. Okay, so I'm sorry, Anton, you can comment on the comments, but unfortunately I can't connect your Discord video with like at the same time with my video by some reason. I don't know. Thank you very much, Discord, like Chromium and everyone who was like involved into Discord development. So the second super cool feature is RPC plugin. So not RPC plugin itself, but RPC plugin update, which brings you a super cool feature. So now you can use RPC bridge in like on the first line of your worker code. So you can call logs, you can call like adding any services, adding creating any queues for the jobs plugin right from the first line of the code. Because zeros is like PHP open tag, you know. So we are programmers, so yeah, we account from zero. So super cool change is Endure version 2. So it's very important, guys, how experience. So when you becomes a more experienced, so you will be able to write the same code like twice as fast as previous one. So we wrote with Anthony Endure version 1. This is our container, if you don't know. I'll show you on server Endure. So this is our container, which is basically RoadRunner. So music is louder. Music, please. Music is still loud. I'm sorry, guys. Where's my OBS? Why music is so loud? It shouldn't be. So how about now, guys? Oh, it's like my button from the Stream Deck. Also, I'm very proud of. Now it's okay. Thank you very much, guys. So now I'm very proud of Stream Deck supported in Linux, but still have technical problems. Okay, so what is Endure basically? Basically, Endure is some kind of graph, super smart graph, which is used to like a container in Go. So in Go we don't have any dependency injection and any fluffy stuff like you have in PHP. So because we actually don't need it, and we have to invent this. If we need to have some kind of plugin system, we have to invent this by ourselves. And basically here is our approach to invent the wheel one more time. Here is our container, which allows you to develop your own plugins and attach them, disable them, and run them in the runtime. So including only your configuration. So in the configuration you can basically say, okay, please turn off this plugin, and Endure will turn off and remove all of the dependencies from the tree who depends on this particular plugin, And I'm proud to introduce that we completely rewrote all of like previous legacy code. So now we support a lot more features, so it's easier to write plugins. For example, we have a super cool like modules here. For example, let's have a look at HTTP module. So basically the signature of the functions like stays the same, but you also will be able now to add weights to your plugin. For example, if you have two plugins with which implements the same interface, you can add a weight to one of them to run it first, And if, for example, you have an error during the runtime, Endure will choose the second dependency who implements this particular interface. Yeah, like in PHP. Anthony, stop, please. Please stop. Okay, so version 2 was introduced, and this is our internal change. We also have now, any modern framework and any modern server, we now have a bash script to download RoadRunner. So this is all about the bash script. Now we have to you can download your RoadRunner server instance using our download latest sh script. So basically you'll just download the latest archive to current directory you specified where you run this script from. Thanks to Rox Belnafka to updating our composer section. So in the RoadRunner, if you don't know, we had previously composer. We still have composer, but previously we had dependencies for the other for the other plugins, for our imports. I don't know how it's called in PHP, but we had dependencies for the RoadRunner worker, RoadRunner HTTP, and third one I can't remember it. Let me just see the history. So it's like CLI, worker, and HTTP. Now RoadRunner is truly meta package and contains only meta information inside it. So when you download in RoadRunner or requiring it so you don't need to download our implementation of worker, CLI, HTTP, as well as in your composer. So I guess PHP guys will better explain. Anthony, you need me here, so please explain what is this change about to remove RoadRunner, so to update composer meta package and remove the dependencies from it. So we also have new plugins as well. So first new plugin is log plugin. So it brings this is kinda weird and wild. So I have to so I don't know how it's like get into release notes, but this is like my note that we have to add some kind of documentation. Where is it? Let me just fix it. Boom, done. So yeah, a log plugin basically brings into the RoadRunner ability to use logs, so mutable access to different shared resources. For example, if you need to have an access to some kind of PDF file or just anything which shouldn't be accessed from the different places simultaneously, you can now use our log plugins and a super cool PHP API, so you can find it into the RoadRunner PHP. By the way, so every package now you can find under the RoadRunner PHP organization, so it will contain everything, every client package which is available under the RoadRunner. So and here how you can use basically this package, so you can create read logs like this. So it's obvious you can create a lot of read logs and only one log, and using this, for example, you can avoid this weird issue when you are trying to register a metrics with the worker and you had an issue like you can't register the same metrics 2 times like in a row. So you can now use logs to prevent this behavior. So we have a lot of updates for the IMQP plugin as well. So we constantly hear our community, and we are constantly adding different features, to the different subsystem, to different plugins. And IMQP is our, one of the major drivers for the Jobs plugin, which is used by a lot of users. And we added basically now you can have all information RoadRunner have inside you may have inside your worker. So basically it's queue, pipeline, driver name, even if you use row mode. So if you consume the the payloads from the sending payloads from the different system, like for example from Java, from Go, so not from the RoadRunner. And I'm sorry, I forgot. This is like super bold. So I removed the reload plugin from the RoadRunner. So it caused a lot of issues, especially on the Macs, when the Mac OS can hit and MacBook can blow. So when you're using this reload plugin, and basically reload plugin is a kind of old plugin which is replaced a long time ago by the pool debug is equal to true. So you are free to use this annotation in the pool, and RoadRunner will create a worker right before you start request. Like you send a request to RoadRunner creates a worker with your latest code, and then kills it after you send a response back. So basically, it's this functionality is available under every pool, and you can use it freely for every pool. Yeah. So, but still, if you still need to have the reload plugin, we have a cool tool Velox. I'll show it a little bit later, which can be used to to build your custom RoadRunner instance in the Docker or on your Mac PC, Linux, any subsystem, and use it with this plugin if you still love it. OpenTelemetry news. So now every plugin, every particular plugin, I mean Jobs, every driver, HTTP, Temporal, gRPC have support for the OpenTelemetry. Now RoadRunner create a span right after it received a request and pass the span into the worker. So you are free to use OpenTelemetry. This project, so it's OpenTelemetry.io. I'll put it into the chat. Right here. So basically this project is to send and use your telemetry information. So and let me show how it looks like. So it looks like this. Basically it's a lot of sausages, I don't know, bars here, which is indicating different microservices which hopes your request on, or for example different methods which your request comes in, and you know, so, and you have timings, you can easily, so I'm just like praying for you guys, please use OpenTelemetry. This will help you a lot in the production, in the development, so you'll see where is your problems, where is your basically performance problems in the nice GUI. You can use basically free tools like Zipkin, and Datadog is much more having much more features inside it, but so basic support is have also Zipkin. What is more important is that OpenTelemetry is an open format, so you can easily switch from Zipkin to any other system, Jaeger, Datadog, New Relic, and others. So, and Runner supports all of them. So it's super cool feature to have in your project, so don't miss the ability to use it. Yeah, and as far as I remember, recently PHP API was moved to the beta stage, and now PHP API contains traces, metrics, and logs. We are supporting only traces at the moment, but it's not a problem to support metrics and logs if needed. Okay, so OpenTelemetry, so support it everywhere. Configuration version 3. So now you have to update your configuration to the next major version, version 3. There are no breaking changes, I mean significant breaking changes inside our configuration. By the way, guys, I forgot to say, look at this new documentation. We, with Anthony, Wolfie G in the chat, like spend a lot of time to like specifically put every this category in right place, you know, so for you guys to have like a super cool experience with our documentation. So now we have completely reworked all of the documentation, all of the like sections here, and so they are now like looks more modern, I guess. And as for configuration, you only need to update the version. So if you run your RoadRunner on the old configuration version, you'll see the notification message that you have to update and the link to this documentation. And basically there are only 2 points to update. So update the version number from 2.7 to 3 and relocate the OpenTelemetry middleware configuration, since OpenTelemetry now used between HTTP, gRPC, and jobs plugins, and temporal as well. So you have to, so what's like previously and currently. So only move, no changes inside configuration itself, only move, guys. Okay, so super cool is the version so far. So yeah, for most of you, the most like I don't know, noticeable change is just update a version. I don't think that from the PHP point of view you'll see a lot of like changes. Okay, let's move. And we still need to we still have to release so we are not released RoadRunner version yet. Also, for those of you who seen super weird issues like this, no, not like this. This is my issue. I don't know where it was. Let me just try to find this. This super cool issue should be somewhere at the top. Yeah, like this. Internet, please. So when your job started and finished immediately, so it's like it can show the timings like this: 2 hours, 22 minutes, 17 seconds. And this is not true because, so this is famous meme. Time from the last time zone issue is like 0, because every second you have time zones issue. So we also had this issue in the jobs plugin, and especially in the logs. So logs were not converted to UTC time zone correctly, and you might see this kind of 2 hours 22 minutes. But now it's fixed, guys. Now it's fixed. Everything is fine. Service plugin. So we received a lot of feedback of super cool that RoadRunner have this super cool plugin. So basically, service plugin behaves like a systemd, just allows you to start any binary, any PHP script, like any command you want, without limitation on worker, which is like super pooper cool, as Anton said. But previously we sent ckill to the process when you are trying to like stop or terminate the process. That approach caused like a lot of problems when you wanted to like stop gracefully without like killing immediately. And instead of sending ckill, now we are sending cgint. Yeah, super gentle. It's just saying to you, please process, could you please stop? It's I would say just more a Windows approach, could you please stop the process? Not like you're dead. It's like, could you please stop? Like 4 or 5 cterm and cgint are basically the same system calls, and so a lot of applications. So there are no significant differences between two system calls. So if you are catching cgint, you are like in 99% of instances you are also catching cgint and cterm, so both of them. So you have 5 seconds to stop. Still you have some timeout, you have 5 seconds, and if you pass this timeout, unfortunately RoadRunner will going to kill the process. Another significant change for the configuration plugin. Now you can use this cool syntax to define default variables into the environment variables. So for this case, if you don't have a log level environment variable defined in the system, you can now specify with this syntax. I know, guys, please, no jokes about this syntax. This is official bash syntax. Stop, please. Don't try to do this. So you are able to use this default environment variable, which will be substituted to this log level if it's empty. You can use any number of this syntax in any place of the value or in the configuration. So you can specify ports, you can specify hosts, like half of the sentence, with this environment variable. So it can be placed basically in any place of the value, not to the key. So, and the last big change is for gRPC and Temporal plugins. Now they are both support custom interceptors. They will be generally available in the next version, 2023.2. But so I don't think it's super cool feature. I mean, in terms of everyone will start to write their custom middlewares, interceptors, and etc. for the gRPC or Temporal. But starting from the next release, 2023.2, you'll be able to do this for the gRPC and Temporal. Yeah. And also, as you may see here, we fixed a few significant bugs, especially related to the jobs subsystem and proxy IP parser middleware and CLI and HTTP plugin. We fixed a lot of bugs which are not so significant, but I'm not included all of this list of the fixed bugs into this fixes section. And also during this development period, we from the U community and from our guys, we get somewhere around 80 pull requests and fixes. You know, it's a lot. It's like, I would say it's 1 pull request per day for this 3 months, almost 1. And so, okay, since we have these release notes, let's release the next version. I hope everything will be fine, because I was prepared for this. Let me just copy this release notes like this and push the new tag. So now we'll see how we are releasing RoadRunner. So first of all, we have 2 branches, master and stable. So generally we release under the stable, and so when we release some kind of a version under the master, we also force push this version into the stable. But now let me just check. Git push force origin master stable. Boom. Now stable is on a par with the master. And I'm sorry guys, wrong screen. And now you can see where is it? Where's my... Yeah, here you are. So now we have 2 branches, master and stable, and after the release becomes stable, we are not touching and not bringing any new features inside it. So stable means really stable. Only bug fixes can be applied to the release. And let's wait a few seconds when our CI will be finished. So during this, I'll tell you guys about super cool NeoVim setup, which thanks no shit memory for workers. I'm sorry. So I think you mean about this ticket. This is not so hard to implement for the this feature from the RoadRunner point of view. This is slightly hard to implement from the first of all from the PHP point of view, because you have to handle different signals, and so in this case you have so guys who don't know about this feature about shared memory, I guess this means about opcache shared memory. So basically the feature is to have some kind of master worker which contains nothing inside it but only a logic to fork. Inside PHP we have only one ability to fork, PCNTL fork, which is available under the Linux, so because it's fork, here. And so the only point to do this is to reduce memory consumption and to 3 times, so I basically implemented this feature previously, last year, but the problem was first of all that you can't wait on a child which is not your child. So you can wait on a parent. So if you're a parent, you can wait on your child process. But if this child, if parent is the different, you can't use wait for or wait p system calls basically, because these system calls are specifically designed for parent-child relationship. So in case if you start to path this responsibility to the PHP worker, and worker forks itself, the child becomes not like RoadRunner's child, but child of this worker. And the problem with this, you can't wait on them. So you can basically ping them every milliseconds or microsecond, but this is very CPU costly operation. And until version 5.10 of so basically PHP worker is responsible only for nothing, only to one operation to fork. all management is still on the RoadRunner side. So RoadRunner manages the pool of workers. So PHP worker can't produce workers by himself. So only RoadRunner can say, okay, master process, please bring new worker for me. And also how to behave when the master process dies. So in this case, inside of Linux, you have a PID1, and all childs of dead parent becomes a child of PID1, and you still have to wait for them. The second problem is only from the Linux kernel version 5.10 we have available system call number 434, which called pidfd open, and specifically this system call available I was correct, 5.10. And a lot of the production systems runs on good old Linux kernels like 4.10, 4.9, 4.19, Linux LTS. Let me see. Yeah, as you may see here, 4.14, 19, 4, and this is to have 5.10 on the production is too new for a lot of the systems, and so we just don't have this system call on these Linux kernels. And yeah, we can release and say, okay, so guys, this feature is unsupported on the previous Linux kernels, but we're still waiting for this, how it behave. I don't have strong opinion on this. And also protect against zombie children, so we would have a lot of the problems with the zombies, since if we have a process, parent process have a child table, and if you kill a child and without calling wait PID or wait for system call to this dead child, you still can't. So this process entry will be located in the parent process, and process becomes zombie. But if master process will die, PID1, and so we have to redirect to PID1, so a lot of the problems. So this is not so easy how it looks like from the first glance, guys. So, and we are still looking for solution how to how to implement this feature, since improvements are really significant. 3 times less memory usage due to op cache. So this is super cool. Okay, so still running, still building, and yeah, and also super cool feature included into this release file exists. What? So everything's fine, but some kind of issue. So the browser hangs. I don't know why this page hangs, freezes. Yeah, if you wanted to help us, page unresponsive, exit page, sig ill. So if you want to help us in this feature, so you may ask me or our PHP team to help you to create a basic worker, and you can experiment freely. So I guess this is some kind of issue with the CI, I don't know, or with the Chrome. Let's wait a little. Also, thank you to Joljin for my super cool NeoVim setup. So now the cool guys should use NeoVim, So, and this is super cool experience for me. So previously I used a lot of NeoVims and Vim especially, and now I returned back to this good old system. Now I don't use any IDEs, and You know, this is super cool. So now you can run. Now I don't have to spend a lot of memory on the IDE, or like 5 IDE instances, which consumes all of my memory. Like, and now it's just only terminal, and it's super easy to install. You like need to only log into your remote server, just like call a NeoVim, install your plugins automatically, and you're ready to go. So it's super cool and super easy. Please, could you please be faster a little bit? We are still waiting for your GitHub. So I also wanted to, oh, everything's fine. Okay guys, so we're ready to go. Let me open this release one more time. So first of all, branch stable. And where's our issues? Oh, I'm sorry, pull request. I have to copy this release notes, since they are, you know, the same as for the release and this ticket. Put it here. And we are good to go, guys. Let's do the release. Bam! And we are done. So easy. You know, now the version 2023.1.0 is officially released. So thank you very much, all of you guys, for helping, for your bug request, for your feature request, for everything. GGVP, you know. So now we have to wait until all this CI will finish. And specifically in this release, we have super cool new feature called PGO, Profile Guided Optimization, and I included the first preliminary support for it here. And as you may see here, RoadRunner pprof. This is profiling data for the RoadRunner, and I expect to see on a test I saw slightly less CPU usage and memory consumption, but it can depend on your environment, and you also might see you know, improvements from the terms of HTTP. Later I'll update it to use also profile information for the jobs plugin for the gRPC and others. Yeah. So this was super short stream, I guess. Not so long to release the RoadRunner. So guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask about anything, about any RoadRunner subsystem you want some ticket to implement, or you wanted to, you know, you have some cool idea to bring into RoadRunner, so feel free. And also I'll do a little sneak peek, you know, about the future while you're thinking about the future development of the RoadRunner. So we are oh no, sneak peeks. Oh no, please stop. So with Anthony Wolfie GD in the chat, I remember one more time, we are planned today the SAPI. So we are going to create in the next few months a super cool PHP FPM successor, which will be available with the RoadRunner as well. So we bold, it's too bold. So I'm going to do this on the streams as well. And so you know, guys, so I guess it would be super cool to and expected from us to have this system, especially from us, because we are like have a experience in some kind of PHP systems, PHP development, and so on, PHP servers. So we still so if you have some kind of cool name for this PHP FPM successor, feel free to like create a ticket and bring your ideas to us. We'll be glad to see how to name it. I guess it would be super cool. And yeah, let's see how it's going. Boom! A lot of people were involved into this release, you know. Oh, first like. Net Lancer, thank you very much. Yeah, as far as you see, I tried to test a lot of this, especially this release, because I wrote a lot of additional tests. I guess we have more tests than actual code for the RoadRunner, to have it super stable into and bring less problems as we can to your like pipeline, to your updates, and you know, all of this kind of stuff. Okay, so this is, I guess this is it for the new features. We also I guess we also start development and a super cool monitoring for the RoadRunner, which will be written in a super modern WASM RoadRunner desktop monitoring tool, as well as we continue next week to work on the on the evening to work on Rust and work on writing Rust on a RoadRunner in Rust. So as you know, especially on the evenings, we are like converting to the Batmans and WASM, yeah, and we are going to work with Rust a lot. So we have you know, we have this under this organization, as you may see here, Go and Rust. And with Rust we basically have a 3 project. This will be open very soon. We have a Gorage, which is our protocol written in Rust, and we have a RoadRunner in Rust also. So it's like super basic and super, I know, super new project, and it's like empty at the moment with no features inside it, but it contains some basic modules and combination of SDK and Gorage. So yeah, this is kind of super new. You can have a look. Yeah, good luck to you, Beetlejuice. Good luck. Rust is super, you know, Rust is hard because no one other language, programming language especially, have this have this paradigm of borrowing. So when you're thinking that about what I didn't see, so it's only borrowing. So then just try to wait on a process and kill at the same time. So that's it. We with the guys on the stream spent I guess 3 days to figure out how to basically you know, to update the RoadRunner to have these basic 2 operations, to wait for the process and the kill, because both of them contains mutable reference. And if you're reading a book, I highly suggest you to I guess I can, where's my Kindle? Yeah, here you are. Guys, please don't steal my token. So basically this one is some kind of cool book, the Rust programming language 2nd edition, because it covers edition 2021 and basically contains everything regarding to every subsystem of the Rust, but it super easy examples. It have super easy examples, which is not applicable to real life, you know. Yeah, Rust Up Docs, yeah, sure, you can use a free one with this for sure. It's also super cool, yeah. And also guys, this is last but not least, you know, news from me and Wolfie. So we are going to PHP Summit and Anton will have a presentation on this summit. It will be on 27th of May in Poznań, Poland, and we are going to move to this conference, so you can buy a ticket and meet with us and listen what we'll tell you about the RoadRunner, like current ecosystem, our plans, future, and which is more important, guys, unlimited beer. You know what it means, you know, unlimited beer. So only for the 54 euros or 65 gross, you know. Would be cool to meet you guys. Yeah, beer would be super cool to meet you guys on this conference. So basically for me it's like just look at the Anton, how it like will present the RoadRunner, and you know, just sit in the room with like super smart face like this, like yeah, I understand something about PHP. and like drink all the beer which will be on this conference. And I'll be super glad if you guys will attend this conference as well, and you know, meet with us. So please feel free, ping us on the, you know, on a Discord channel, on a private message, direct messages, and so if you wanted to meet with us, so we'll be, so especially for me, I'll be super happy to meet with any of you guys. Yeah, this is basically it for today. So only 1 hour, and I have so I don't know this is timing or not, and if you have any questions, I'll leave you few minutes to bring your questions into the chat, and we are going to finish our stream, I think. So everything was fine with our release. gRPC, yeah, oh yeah, so gRPC will be like released a little bit later about the buff, this schema, because they are updated the schema, and yeah, so we are not able to push the like product plugin into the buff schema. So basically this is expected failure, since they are updated right before the release, this schema. So thank you very much also, guys. This is not so important. I don't think a lot of you guys using this beta buff build schemas, but I'll fix it into the like next bug fix release. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Have a cool evening, and bye bye. See you.